All right. Hello, lovelies. It is Chloe, and we are outside on a cloudy day. We are in an in-between time. And in a course I was taking with Lucy Cavendish, we talked about in-between times a bit. And I got to say, it got me thinking that I don't know that I've done a video about in-betweens. Now, today I'm experiencing a very lovely, cool day after a very hot day yesterday. I think I guess it wasn't very hot, but it was hot in our house because we do not have air conditioning. Here in Washington, the rumor was you didn't necessarily need it. Well, I don't know if that's true anymore. So you are outside with Chloe on my deck with my lovely forest behind me. And as you can see, we got clouds. And tomorrow it's supposed to be storming in the morning. Or at least raining, and then it's supposed to be a bit of rain tonight, and right now you can smell a little bit of wet in the air, but it is not raining in this moment in time, and we will soon have a few friends over for my boys to play with, and they're doing a few assignments indoors, so I thought I would like to show you just a couple of decks that I was feeling drawn to when I was contemplating this in-between. Now, in-betweens for me, there's those twilight times, right? Sunset, the break of dawn, the midnight hour, that in-between of the next day and the day before. But it's interesting, the Celts used to consider the in-between, that time period of sunset, as the start of the next day. Instead of it just being the night of that day, that was the start of the next day. So it's a little different perspective. And I would love to see or know how y'all feel about that. The in-between twilight times and what have you. For me, I love storms. I love clouds. I love even just rain showers or sprinkling. One of the decks that I feel very drawn to, actually, admittedly, a lot of her art is Jasmine Beckett Griffith. She does some really awesome, gloomy, in-between scenes and scenic pictures. There's some really awesome examples of that in the fairy tale oracle that she did with Lucy Cavendish. And I have a couple other decks that could have worked too, but I was very, very much drawn to Jasmine Beckett Griffith today. So let's look at a couple of these gloomy scenes, shall we? One here is Snow White, and it talks about purity, but if you look at the background, she's in like a foggy atmosphere that really reminds me of the tones I'm seeing in the clouds behind me here today. Lovely. And there's just enough light that my transition lenses have activated a bit. So there is some light. Oh yes. Now you can't really see too much background in Puss in Boots, Wit, but it is a darker scene. Lovely. Let's see if we can find some. Oh, I don't know. There's just so much to love about the fairy tale oracle. I really love her art, her style of I guess I'm doing a Jasmine Beckett Griffith kind of theme today, and I will try to do another one tomorrow. I am actually participating in a booth event tomorrow. Actually, not a booth event, but there are going to be a handful of booths that I'm participating in. A Beltane festival at a local coven that's being held. I participated last year, and I'm doing it again. Oh, Fair, Brown, and Trembling Gifts. Again, this one's not quite as dark, but still, so much of her artwork leans a little bit towards, if not gloomy, that kind of in-between otherworldly atmosphere that we experience during times when the clouds are over us and it's supposedly supposed to be daylight, but nope, it looks a little bit darker than that. Here's Water and Salt Truth. I love this story. It's a very awesome fairy tale. Just a really lovely art. Some are brighter. Oh, I love this one too. This reminds me of the dawn. You know, when the sun's coming out, but it's still kind of soft and the rays are going. So lovely. This one's called Fairy Ointment, and it's talk about sight, psychic vision. To me, I don't necessarily see visions, although I get flashes and impressions on things, but I do get drawn to certain things in my environment. And I don't necessarily see the Fae as full embodiment beings, but I have seen auric movement off the trees, and some of them feel like they have living consciousnesses in them, like divas or guardians, or just their own conscious is a bit more cognizant than the average tree. And to me, that's another type of fairy sight or sight. Oh yeah, this is really cool. The Rumpelstiltskin card. All right, so yeah, I was just reminded of her art when I looked outside at the gloom. I'm not, and to me this isn't gloomy. It's just gentle. It's light. I think I'm even starting to feel a couple of drops of water. Oh, I do love her little beings with frog cards. This one's called the Frog Prince Intimacy. I just love it. So when are your favorite times to read? I really love reading during these weather time periods where the storm clouds or the rain clouds are closer. I love the energy of the in-between that you get during this time period. It really activates my sensory perception, my my claircognition and my clairsensory sensitivity. Oh, I love this. The Rose Elf. It says Revelations. Maybe more than you wanted to know in this case. Yeah, really cool. Here's Poison Apple from Snow White. Or is it Sleeping Beauty? I can't remember. Yeah. And here's Princess and the Pea. So, yeah, really awesome deck. Oh, this one is such an awesome combination of modern with old world feel. This is called the Tamlin Battle. But like there's this modern artillery, weapons, barbed wire fencing in the background, and then this kind of almost Ren fairish female in the center, mixing different time periods. And battle is eternal. It's in every time period there's struggle. It's not just devoted to one time period. It's present, it's past, possibly future. Internal battles. People have been dealing with them forever, and she looks actually like an angel or a fae of a guardian of some sort dealing with these tumultuous times. And in the corner here you have like a time period that reminds me of like Paul Revere or the emperor, the France emperor, I can't remember his name right now. On the other side, it looks like it could be in possibly another time period or even similar. I hope you can see that. It's really cool. There's the emperor French time period, or even, you know, when people are exploring and finding new worlds, and this looks a little bit like it could be any time period on this side. So cool. So yeah, and then it says something bonum and night omni. It has some words there that are hard to read in the script. It even has like one of those really cool axes with the pike on the top. And then more modern armor and a symbol of radiation or bombs, like a bomb, a rocket. So really cool mixture of modern and past there. So yeah, I'm not intending this to be a deck review. I'm just saying this is one of the decks I usually get pulled towards during this kind of twilight atmosphere time. I have other decks that are more animal based, but I was feeling a little bit pulled towards Jasmine Beckett Griffith today. This is Jasmine's Water Oracle, actually. This is her Myths and Mermaids Oracle of Water. This really pulled for me first. But I was like, oh, I want to show a little bit of a difference. And the Fairy Tale Oracle, I thought, showed a really cool mix of her different styles. This one is a lot of depictions of water, of course, in different layers. Again, that kind of shadowy aspect. I love her take on mermaids. They're mostly not overly sexualized, which is what you see in other mermaid decks. Not all, but many. And I love the emotions that come through on the faces of her beautiful creatures, mermaids, fae, elven, what have you. And I love the animals, the details she puts in. This is another deck. It's a little bit more of a deck that you need to study and memorize, but there's still plenty going on that you could focus on. And it has a really cool yes-no system with the symbols that are on the edge of the border, which is why I haven't bothered to trim this deck, because there is another layer, another system built into it. Now this one is a mermaid with a dragon. I love that, with a golden dragon. And here's a darker scene that just really appeals to me. I was really feeling this deck today. When I was looking outside and I stepped outside and I wanted to get a little bit close to nature. I also felt very pulled towards my Brian Froud decks today. My Oracle, my Fairy Oracle, and my Heart of the Fairy Oracle was in a couple other decks I get pulled to. So I'm just asking, what Oracle, Tarot, what have you, are you pulled to on days like this where it's not necessarily freezing cold, but it is, you know, weather coming in and you're being shaded from the sun. You're able to be out and about, but, you know, there's a chance of rain or sprinkling. It's an in between. And this energy is so expectant, so very much in tune. This was really cool, that like the beings around her make up part of her body. She's one. This is the Archimboldu Mermaid. It's been a little while since I worked with this deck, and I was just feeling so pulled towards it a couple times this week. I've been studying the book to get familiar with it again. It's been a little while since I've been pulled to it. I usually pull my other mermaid deck, but today's energies was not as bright as my other one, the Lucy Cavendish Mermaid Oracle. This one has that more slightly darker feel to me. Not that it's all dark, but that if you look at the card and you look at the gray sky above me through the trees, there's a similar energy going on. And I just really love this time period. I love doing spell and ritual work during this in-between time period as well. I don't like getting sunburned, so this is like really the perfect time for me to be outdoors, even with the chance of rain, because then I just embrace the rain and use it as a cleansing moment. This one's Tale of Mossy Gold. Oh, and I love the eyes. So gorgeous. I will try to do another one of these showing a couple other decks perhaps that remind me of this in-between time. We are a day or two, a few days before Beltane, or that in-between time between summer solstice and, ooh, very gorgeous, and the spring equinox, almost at the middle of the time between. That's what Beltane's about. This is the Halcyon. Oh, so gorgeous with the butterflies, and her face. She doesn't look sad. She just looks focused and intrigued. And again, the colors here are not overly bright and all about being, you know, summertime. I've been wanting to work with a deck that had mermaids, but not so bright that I felt like, oh, I can only use this during the bright time of the year. This one definitely doesn't make me feel like that. This is the Tiki Mermaid. I love that she also is inclusive of different races in this deck. They're not all white mermaids. Caucasian, Irish beings. Oh, this one's so cool. I mean, honestly, I feel a little creeped out by this one. Just a tad, but I love that. I love that it's pulling an emotion from me, all right? So yeah, a little bit of a darker mermaid deck. I love that. Oh, the Aspathine Mermaid. Emotionally, what are you being intoxicated by, obsessed with? Oh my gosh, please think about it. Yeah, lovely. Again, not really meant to be a walkthrough, but just to convey that in-between feeling. I was looking for something, like I wanted water cards, but I didn't want sunny beach time, you know, and this is not that. And I like that. Jasmine Becca Griffith's works, many of them embody that in-between, if not gloomy, but kind of like in-between. So, all right. We're almost at 15 minutes here, and I don't want to bore you all. So yeah, share with me your favorite in-between decks. Share with us all. Give us some ideas. You know, there's, of course, oracles like the Halloween one, which is a bit darker. This one's probably one of the brighter, but still, not exactly. There's clouds there. She doesn't exactly look happy. This is the Golden Mermaid. Maybe even a little dissatisfied or just kind of bored. But I think there's more going on there than we first see. Ooh, Venus of the Cherubs. A hint of love, per se. Venus, you know. So cute. The cherubs in the corner there. Awesome. Bit of an in-between. Yeah, so, all right. Just a couple more cards, and I'll leave with you with that today. Thank you so much for taking time to check out the video and spend a little time with me today. Oh, I love this whale card. That's so cool. Big blue whale. is the focus. Singing, alternative communications, family ties. Oh, that dark blue is so gorgeous. Oh, my tentacled friend. Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Oh, I love the feelings going on there. Kind of sarcastic, like, deal with me, man. Yeah, you're gonna deal with me. I got you in my sights. That green, oh, I just love that. It's so cool. All right, so Jasmine Beckwith Griffith really embodies in her art a lot of that in between, very interesting, challenging energy that I feel some people are just not comfortable with or not very drawn to, or they're extremely drawn to it, but maybe they think the artwork may be a bit young or whatever. But I find her work very good at conveying so much. So yeah, this is my in-between deck for today's sprinkling clouds and cloud cover. What other times do you find in between for yourselves? Share, please. Like or dislike. Give me thumbs up, thumbs down. Consider subscribing, and we'll talk about some more interesting times. Thank you. Have a great day. Enjoy Beltane. All right. Oh, let's see. Come on, where's my... Nope.